Hello everyone, and welcome to our website video. I'm Mark Camp, Senior Partner of Life Care Funding. Life Care Funding Solutions is your resource and guide to successful planning and application for veterans' aid and attendance, and also for protecting your Medicaid eligibility for benefits in the event that you might need them down the road. Both of these benefits are very important and can provide thousands of dollars towards the cost of long-term care, not only in the home, but in assisted living facilities and skilled nursing home care as well. To elaborate on these benefits today, we are pleased to be talking with Eric Milhorn, Senior Partner in the Milhorn Law Firm, an accredited veterans attorney, a member of the Elder Law Section and Real Property Probate and Trust Section of the Florida Bar. He is also a member of the National Association of Elder Law Attorneys and the Academy of Florida Elder Law Attorneys. Eric, welcome, and we're pleased to have you here today to have the opportunity to speak with you and ask you some questions for the benefit of the folks who are watching.
I want to thank you for having me. I look forward to educating some of our clients or some of the public about some of these benefits and how it's possible to preserve the assets legally under Florida law and also federal law.
Great. Eric, most people who have looked at LifeCare's site know that they can qualify for VA benefits ranging between $8,000 and $24,000 per year to help pay for long-term care. What they probably don't know is how much additional assistance they might be able to get from Medicaid. Would you speak to the importance of planning as it relates to qualifying for these two benefits?
Absolutely. One of the biggest concerns we encounter almost on a daily basis, so many people are worried that they're going to have to basically spend down their assets or become impoverished in order to qualify. You know, from a practitioner point of view, I think you would agree that we find it fairly easy to get someone qualified for the VA benefit. But we also find it's just as easy to disqualify someone from the nursing home Medicaid benefit. And the reason that's important, as you mentioned, the VA will only contribute a max of around $2,000 a month for a married veteran. But the Medicaid program, on the other hand, will pay the entire cost of someone's care, even if that cost of care is $6,000 to $8,000 a month. So it's very, very important that we go through the planning process when we're applying for VA to make sure someone qualifies for nursing home Medicaid benefits in the future, if that becomes necessary.
Eric, we've been affiliated with you for a number of years now, and together we've helped hundreds of veterans and their widows qualify for the VA benefit. What I wanted to ask you is, how important do you think it is to work with people who are knowledgeable and have a high level of expertise in planning and applying for these benefits?
Well, it's absolutely essential in my opinion. I mean, as a financial advisor, you know that you can easily make some mistakes that can end up costing the family tens of thousands of dollars and can actually have the creditors come back later and make a claim against the estate. So we always say, even if the family's not going to use us to submit the application, they need to make sure they're educated in the process and understand it's much more than just submitting an application. It's making sure that the person, as they transition from their home to an assisted living facility to a skilled nursing facility, they automatically meet the requirements for each program. And the planning is done in a way that will preserve the assets even upon the applicant's passing.
That's great. You and I have always stressed the education and understanding of our clients before they commit to any obligation. And you provide a complimentary presentation either in person or by phone, and we at LifeCare do the same. I think it's really important that we want our clients to be comfortable with their decision before moving forward and work hard. We work hard to get answers to all their questions and concerns. I know from my standpoint as a consultant, it's great to work with an attorney who just doesn't get involved down in legalese and is able to explain things in layman terms.
You know, we've been very, very fortunate. We've been in the Central Florida area for 21 years working in the area of elder law. And one thing that I believe that's allowed us to continue growing is the fact that we do not charge for questions and consultations. As I mentioned, even if the family doesn't use us to submit the application, we're here as a resource to them, and we feel it's the right thing to do, and our business is intended to grow because of it. And like you said, because there's so many landmines and little traps, they really need to make sure they're educated before they start this process.
You use the example of someone asking 10 people, or maybe going on the internet, the same question, and you'll get 10 different answers, you know, and they'll all be, maybe could all be wrong. And that's one reason why that your firm provides that service. They always can come back to the source and ask and get the correct answer, the one that applies to their situation. And I think that's extremely helpful.
We find that if people don't ask the question in advance, they're often going to make a wrong turn. And it's much easier for us to answer the question in advance rather than try to correct a mistake later on. We have to understand the implications. If someone messes something up and it delays a process for even a month or two, they could be out thousands and thousands of dollars. So it's just easier to be a resource. We have a really good staff and we're available to answer questions at any time. And again, all this is to make sure the application is submitted in a timely manner to get the benefit as quickly as possible.
Your law firm, Eric, the Milhorn Law Firm, has an outstanding and widely known reputation in the area of estate planning. What a lot of people don't know, however, is that you also have a company called the Medicaid Planning Center, and successfully files hundreds of Medicaid claims every year. So not only can we help the client get the VA benefit, but when and if the time comes and they're transitioning to a different level of care, that we can help them get Medicaid as well. I like to point that out to my clients so that they know we not only can help them get the VA benefit now, but later we can help provide the expertise to take them through the maze of regulations that Medicaid presents.
We used the analogy before, if you ask 10 people the same question, you're going to get 10 completely different answers, and that's especially true in the area of Medicaid planning. So many people are worried that they're going to have to deplete their money or become impoverished in order to qualify, and while that's often true in other states, that is not the case here in Florida. There's two things that make Florida unique. First, Florida allows an unlimited transfer of assets between spouses. So in my mind, when we're doing an application for a married couple, we actually have two objectives. One, to get the applicant qualified, of course, but second, to make sure the non-applicant spouse is protected as much as possible. Most people forget that second objective. The second thing that's unique about Florida, Florida has a long list of assets that are considered exempt. So most people think all the assets are viewed together, when in reality there's two different sides. And Florida has a long list of assets that are considered exempt. As an example, any type of retirement account is protected. Piece of property is protected as long as it's a primary residence. So it's very, very easy if the family goes through the process of preserving these assets, as long as they do three things. As you know, we always say the family needs to know who they can contact. That's why we do not charge for questions and consultations. Second, they make sure they have a good, durable power of attorney. As you know, everyone thinks about a will, which protects the family, but they often forget about the power of attorney, which is actually protecting, in this case, the applicant. And third thing, we want to remind people, they don't want to make any large gifts. You have to keep in mind there is a 1-month penalty for basically every $7,000 that's transferred out of the applicant's name within 5 years of needing benefits.
Yeah, those are so important, and I'm glad you make that point. Eric, we want to thank you today for being with us and your insights into long-term care planning as it relates to VA and Medicaid benefits. If you as a viewer would like more information, please email us at mark@lifecarefunding.com or call us at our toll-free number, which is 800-579-1738. Just mention that you visited us online and we'll be glad to answer your questions and concerns. We will also do a complimentary evaluation to determine your eligibility for the VA aid and attendance benefit should you have an interest in submitting an application. You can also direct your questions for Eric to me as well. If I don't already know the answer, he's always available to help our clients. Should you want to contact him at the law firm, his direct number is 352-753-9333. Thanks again for watching, and remember, there's no substitute for proper planning when striving to achieve success. So long and have a great day.